And it's just like, I'm never gonna use this. Oh, by the way, we are streaming now, by the way.
Like JFK's head just did that.
What?
JFK's head just did that.
Nothing.
No magic bullet.
Nothing bad ever happens to a Kennedy. I like your words, Magic Man. It's actually part of the reason why I'm probably dehydrating myself now, because I used to always only drink when I felt thirsty. It's like, oh, my body's killing me. I am thirsty. I should drink.
Honestly, and it's not a healthy way. You should still drink it throughout the day, but you should look up how much water you need to drink per day, and then say, I cannot go to bed until I drink this much water.
The best way to do it is like, if you're gonna fill it up in one thing, give yourself like lined, like, because if you do that, you're gonna do the thing where it's just like, all right, I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah.
Let me chug half a bottle of water and have the worst night's sleep of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be like, no, this has to be done by noon. This has to be done by 2.
Right. Well, I was just saying, like, when I was out in the sun, it was just like, I wanted to drink all the fucking time, so I had no problem.
I know what that feeling is. Like, I worked my first shift there, and I immediately was like, I need like a fucking bottle.
Yeah.
And now he's got that clunky motherfucker.
I do miss having a tan. I will say that.
A what?
Tan. I don't really have a tan anymore. I mean, you can still sort of see it.
All the ladies used to refer to as El Josherino.
Help, Josh.
Hello, my friends. Goodbye, my friends.
I just love
That guy's played Legend of Zelda.
He sure is, buddy.
Oh
I don't remember this boss. Even though that's clearly the final bad guy. No, I know why I don't remember it. I did the game the right way.
It's just like every time somebody sees the end of Skyrim, I don't remember this boss. They should never get there.
You never killed all the way?
I'm one of those weird ass players who've spent like well over a couple thousand hours in that game and just never beat it.
I always like beating the main story first, and then, you know, do all the side diversions after.
Let's see, I am destroyed by.
I love how you stop immediately, so I look at you.
I was destroyed by JRPGs. They have trained me to always do everything but the main story.
Alright.
Welcome to JRPG Cast.
Yeah. Alright, I look to be good. You say some words, Josh?
I have been saying words. What do you
I know,
mean?
but I haven't been looking at the green line.
Well, is the green line sufficient? No?
I mean, it looks like it.
Okay.
We're all hitting the same level.
Okay. Should I scream louder?
Maybe, I think I'm just gonna up the gain just a little bit.
Okay. We looking better now?
I never look good.
Well, we're all kind of like doing that weird whisper.
We have no idea.
Yeah, I know,
We're
right?
like, how do I talk normal? What do I do?
What's normal volume? All right, we're good now. We're good.
No Nazis allowed.
Just act normal, guys.
Impossible. All right. So where last we left off, you guys were. Now that you're finally at home, now that we're finally past the death of Brando, now that we're finally past the awkwardness, maybe not finally past, but hitting the wall with your father being back from the grave. You introduced people to the castle, you gave your reports, you explained new and exciting things happening to Vaughn, to Raph, to Tamlin. Basically, depressurized and reacquainted the world with the new rules. During that, you both were getting rather grotesque visions of some sort of otherworldly, eldritch, horror-y kind of monster visiting you. You made your way to Rasalama to apologize. You did. You had a conversation. Isilith seemed distracted / drunk. Marnie screamed. And then, well, worse came to worse, and Marduketh arrived. After explaining that martial law was being declared by the Paragons and they were asserting their power, he explained that all Paragons were asked to relieve their government, and they would all be aided by a simulacrum of Marduketh. Isilith kind of froze. You seemed that he didn't really want to make a decision, so he just chose to make no decision. Whilst you all decided, hey, it's probably best we kill this Marduketh simulacrum, because we know where things are going. Plus, he said that you had no balls, and you just did not like that.
It's the worst, man.
So, long story short, you guys were gearing up for combat, and right before you could, you were all covered in a fine mist, which at this point now is kind of like padded by sand a little bit. So you got that like blood, but like it's like mud.
Start like prestidigitating myself.
You look to see an 8-foot tall, blackish blue Adonis that you both equate to the giant you've seen. There's just something about it, some ethereal familiarness that you don't need to address it. It's just sort of, I know what this is, and this is the thing I've been seeing. Maybe that's part of the magic of it. Maybe it's just how awe-inspiring he is. But he seems to be an ultra-muscular, 8-foot tall, far too wide to be a normal humanoid, even for a Goliath standard. Just Adonis. But almost featureless in face. It's got a humanoid's face, but blandest, most vanilla of features. You can tell he's powerful, but he just shows a raw form. I'm sure by now you know who I am.
Titan.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
I am the Titan. You said you fed me the Eldritch Seed, and after a brief reconstruction, I am here. Ty is kind of just like, hold on. What the fuck is happening?
The whole Brando thing, while that was happening, we also dealt with, a sort of world-ending threat, and long story short, one of the...
These people have no idea what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
So
no
maybe
idea.
let's not, long story short.
So
I'm just saying, these people who are watching don't have a frame of reference. So let's not yada yada yada, yes and. Like,
Well,
let's actually explain it.
not only that, but neither does Rasalama. They don't know
Yeah.
anything about the Eternals. They don't know. How much do they actually know about Brando? You know, that stuff.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, out in the middle of the street seems like an uncomfortable place to
You're not out in the middle of the street.
We're on a
You are
dock.
a dock specifically reserved for royalty that is now completely abandoned.
Yep.
Because all the guards left.
So nobody else will hear.
Except for... And it's also windswept, so, like, you know... That's great for not getting heard by spies. You're also both wearing anti-divination magic
Yeah.
things, so, like, I don't know what you're afraid of. You just killed a Marduketh.
Yeah, we killed the Marduketh.
I mean, the collective we...
He didn't just totally tell us to fuck off, and we almost did.
You know, were you? I thought you were about to attack.
We did, and then he commanded me to fuck off, and I did.
He dominated you.
Oh, you dominated. Didn't he dominate you to attack him?
No, he told me to pick him up and go.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. I was like, well, he didn't technically have us kill each other. He just told us to leave.
Well, funny story. So, while the whole Brando thing was going on, and we were chasing him, we were also asked by the curator to assist in dealing with a world-ending threat that may have come to a head. Basically, the Eldritch God Cthulhu once wanted to come and see what was going on in our world. And he basically gave us a decision. He didn't care how we did it, but we were given an Eldritch seed and we had to put it into something so he could have insight into this world. Otherwise, he threatened to just come here outright, and that's probably not good for anybody.
Your Mac's wearing off.
So with a little bit of...
Your Mac is still wearing off.
If I can't do it.
You gotta give me something.
When I'm having more than a 2-sentence conversation, Mac hurts. After a little bit of deliberation amongst everyone, we decided that the Titan Eternal would be our best person to put this seed into. We went over and had a lovely conversation with him. He nicely said yes. He took in the seed, and then he disappeared. And, well, now here he is. And he has killed the Mardukaf simulacrum, it seems.
One of many.
So, what happened? Do we still refer to you as the Titan?
That seems illogical. That being ceased to exist the moment you fed it the seed. I am something new. I don't even know if I require a name.
So?
You see, when I was the Titan, I had control over material. My thoughts, my whims. I could shape and shape the land, water. When I had the seed, it would normally have gifted others reality bending abilities, warping. But my ability to shape the material form merged with it. And now I can almost have full control over the reality around me.
What do you mean, almost?
I have not yet tested the full limits of my abilities. I don't know if I have them, but further testing is required.
So where have you been this whole time?
Reconstructing myself.
You saw him. It looked awfully painful.
You see, I could not find a way to tether myself to this reality. I was between worlds. So when you saw me, I was in the reality of your eyes. I was inside your brain, your mind. I don't know what, I cannot describe it, but... Oh, fantastic! It's not that do not disturb on there.
You getting a phone call there?
I needed a way to connect with you, but I had not yet fully taken form of myself. I didn't know, I hadn't put myself back together. It was raw and painful, but now pain is something I can only imagine.
So, what are you now?
He's a
God,
deity.
maybe. I have the luxury of knowing that gods do in fact exist. However, I feel nothing like them.
What does being a god feel like?
But he says he
Well,
doesn't know.
asking a rhetorical question, Korvac.
Then how's he supposed to answer that?
But I don't know how you can be both in a state of feeling like one and not feeling like one.
I think he means to ask, how do I know what it would feel like to be a god? Am I correct?
Yes.
They hold a pantheon. They have feelings. They hold sway over alignments. At this level, those things seem trifle and insignificant to me.
Do you feel the influence of the seed that was given to you?
The seed, well, something that gave birth to me, is no longer a thing that exists, just as the Titan no longer exists. Cthulhu does not see through these eyes.
But that means that we didn't fulfill the promise to him.
I do not believe Cthulhu will come. And he just kind of stares outwardly up into the sun. I feel you have questions. Ask them.
Well, what are you doing now?
Observing your universe.
Can you see everything?
I am. And every win as well.
Can you be hurt?
Hurt?
Yes.
He kind of like looks at himself and he kind of disappears in some places and then they start reappearing and reforming. I do not believe so. My current form, I cannot think of anything that would be able to do sustainable damage to me. Ty's kind of Isilith, who's still completely catatonic and now for a completely different reason.
Mm-hmm.
Ty is just kind of like starting to now finally dust off the Mordeketh. By the way, it wasn't blood, was it? It was sand.
It was sand.
Inherently. Yeah, because it was a simulacrum. That's why it's not sand anymore. Oh, sand and sand. It's gross.
If I remember correctly, it was like blood and then it turned into sand.
Yeah. And then, I do not know what to say to such a being of extreme power. And he starts to like kneel. Please. I have no such time for such frivolous things. Do not worship me. He kind of turns and starts staring out into the horizon.
So, what brought you here?
You did. You were the last humanoids that I felt connection to. In my final moments as a Titan, you all were there for me. So I figured, since you were responsible for giving birth to me, I owed you the favor of sparing you your lives.
Well, we appreciate that. Do you only plan on observing?
I might go out. There are things happening currently in your cosmos that need aid? Maybe? I don't know. But there are things happening out there in this universe that were up until this point unobserved by outside eyes.
What can you see?
I could explain the mysteries of all of the cosmos that I have seen, and without any frame of reference, your mind would incomprehend them.
That's the gist I'm getting.
Also, anything I tell you, you and your people will have no way of accessing or reaching for millennia. And this ultimately would be frivolous to tell you.
Now, I know you're brand new to this being. Would it be true to say that at least one of your goals is the continued existence of this realm?
You all are unique, as are all life forms. It would be a shame for any of them to end.
Are you even considered a life form anymore?
I would not consider myself as such. I have a humanoid form currently, but that is more for your benefit than mine. There is no blood that pumps through these veins. There is no brain in this head. This is merely a form. And he kind of starts duplicating himself and then looking out in different directions. Just a form almost steps out of him, almost as if it was stacked inside of him, waiting to walk out. And it just starts exploring and looking off in a different direction. And then one steps out of him, and then another out of the original. This is incredible and truly important. Unique. I do not know what my next move is, but I feel that if I stay here, only hardships will come of those around me.
I mean, your existence does complicate things, but so long as you keep with the sentiment that all things should exist to some degree.
You fear me.
Oh, of course.
Understandable.
All we can ask is that you keep with that sentiment, honestly.
You see what pressure that puts me under. That I can never have appear again, as everyone looks to me. Kind of looks down to Ty, who's still kneeling in front of him, in either reverence, fear, or just pure anomalous.
Will you, just like curiosity, you plan on conversing with any of the gods? I'm sure they know of your existence already.
They, I imagine, at some point will try to contact me. They will try to contact me.
Let's just hope it's the good ones.
No,
I don't think it matters, honestly.
but yes. Like I said, their alignments. I don't understand how you'd have such power and still see things in such a way. I don't know what I am or what is to become of me, but I can see into my own future for some time, as I can see into this being's past, both being past, back all the way to Cthulhu. It is truly remarkable, the data banks that I have available to me.
You know, he reminds me of somebody. The very agreeable
Keith.
Keith. Keith seems pretty lonely.
God, they would talk each other to death.
So, how are you? I'm fine. Excellent!
So, I hate to put you on the spot, but, you just killed Marduk-F Simulacrum. Is there any way that I could possibly persuade you to do that again?
Kill another simulacrum.
Or maybe the one creating them?
I could, but I won't.
I figured that's where this conversation was going.
He's trapped in a place. For me to breach it would require a level of destruction that would lead into war. On top of that, if I do anything too drastic here, I believe that there are those deities that may see it as a breaking of the truce to remain out of the material plane, and thus lead to a cataclysmic event for your plane.
So then, instead of messing around with our stuff, as we all know is apparently taboo, you know Keith.
I do.
Would you be able to enter his domain with no problem?
I could, but why would I do this?
He seems pretty lonely, and you're kind of his level of manipulation, if not greater. You probably have a lot in common.
Everything he creates remains in that realm. I don't wish to dabble on that scale anymore.
Well, the reason why he's like that is because he couldn't be trusted to manipulate, like you said, in the tabooed manipulation in our realm. Maybe you can teach him to.
He doesn't trust himself to do that. And thus, he self-imprisons himself. I also don't believe he knows the full scale of his power. And because of that is why he's afraid.
You don't think you'd be able to enlighten him?
I don't know if that would necessarily be a good thing. That sounds like something someone needs to discover on their own. I also know the full extent of my power and the full extent of my own future. Talking with another being of that level, I don't know if that would be beneficial for this reality. Like I said, he stares, all the clones of him now stare into the cosmos. The cosmos is my easel now. Why would I wish to paint in only the tiniest corner when the universe could be what I paint with?
Well, so you could have a witness.
I will have billions of witnesses. I think it's time for me to go. Before I leave, is there anything that you ask of me that I can do within my power? Or that I should do within my power?
Are you able to change bend reality?
We've kind of established that, thank you for keeping up. Remember, I just explained what I was willing to do. The fact that you've asked if I'm capable of bending reality makes me question whether you're going to ask me something that I'm going to willingly be able to do.
I mean, the problem is reality is an infinite number. I'm just trying to perceive with what capacity I have what you can and can't do.
Don't worry about what I can and cannot do. Worry about what I will and won't do. The fact that you're pondering the limits of my power means you're probably going to ask for something that's a little too much. And I'm asking you to lower your expectations. I will not kill a major figure. I will not change a law of your reality.
I'd like you to stop getting charmed.
Oh, I'm glad you're thinking of me, Mac, but I was kind of thinking, what isn't reality bending that could help protect this city from Martiketh?
You have someone for that. already. He looks to Isolith, whether he knows it now or not.
Alright. He can see better than we can. I suppose we can trust that.
I think ultimately knowledge is our most important goal at this point.
So go ahead. Out with it.
You seem like you have something.
Well, do you know where Malin is?
I do.
May we know, please?
Just as I explained to you that there are things in the cosmos you will never reach, unless that information is ultimately worthless to you and your people. I can tell you the location of a plane. Will you be able to access it? Will that information help you in any way?
And what about, say, Vecna? Is he still in our world?
He's done the same.
As expected.
You've run into these issues before. Sure, you can force your way into certain planes. But these planes are reinforced. They're enchanted. You have no frame of reference for them. You can't be in them. You have not given access. A simple location of them does no good. I can point you to an impenetrable fortress with no doors, windows, locks, keys, anything. Just because you know its location does not believe you will be able to ever access it.
Alright. I know you said you don't have a purpose for a name, but you have people here who have witnessed you. They're going to come up with something. You
That
don't
is fine.
want to have your own name.
Once again, everyone will have their own name for me. I don't think I will have use for my own name. I will outlive most of those people who are close to me. They may have a name for me, but the masses will have theirs, and that name will cry out far louder than any name that is shared with close personal friends. So let the people name me, and let those close to me name me if they wish, but I serve no purpose ultimately for it myself. Since you are struggling to come up with something on your own, I give you something that I know you wish. Any kind of... do you have any jewelry on you?
I mean, I have the earrings
But those are...
already enchanted with something.
Yeah. You just kind of... A very rudimentary iron ring that's kind of more... It's circular. It's completely circular, but there's like a single black and blue dot at the tip of it. Like at the apex of it. And he throws it to you. This will hold any of your highest spells.
Mac, we need to think more selfish sometimes. This is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, it's almost like, this asshole here. I have a god. What can I ask for? Smaller is bigger. Smaller is bigger. I wish to depart now. I have much to explore, and to... The other copies now are starting to end his sentences for them.
Can we still send to you?
I have a feeling no matter what we say, he will hear. I'm kind of getting that omnipotence feeling.
Thank you, Josh. Know who you're talking to, man. I see your futures.
We don't have a name. He doesn't really want to be individually contacted. You just have to leave it like this. Well, you don't want to interfere.
I have a question. Our reality, from the moment we started this adventure and prior, has always been skewed into a different viewpoint. For example, we didn't realize that Basco's brother was a companion of ours because of the changes that were made to our reality. We could not perceive him in a normal manner. Is there anything else that's occurring to us that's blinding us from anything else?
There is one.
Only one?
Only one. It's been actively watching you since your beginning.
What is it?
That would ultimately spoil the surprise for you. But I could do it in this moment if you so desire.
I'd like to.
His hand kind of reaches out, and like you can see like a blackish blue pulse at his fingertips, almost like he's pressing against reality, ready to reach into another and grab something.
I'd like to know.
I do like surprises, but ultimately this will probably be beneficial.
It is up to you. This being has been watching you since your incarceration as your beginning, as your collective, and it is the only one. Well, yes, the only one that's been watching you from the beginning that has not been masked.
The choice is yours, Korvac. My answer is yes.
Yeah, I can't. It's gotta be Marduketh, right? But it's a.
Yeah, but
He
we're
reaches
aware.
through.
We're aware of
What?
Marduketh.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, like
Go ahead.
he reaches through, and almost as soon as he does, a rectangular portal opens up. And I want you both to roll a history check for me. Roll on past this line, you motherfucker.
I haven't rolled yet.
I'm letting you know because I've. There we go. Alright. Ooh, those look good.
16.
Let's see. That is 22.
22?
Yeah.
Alright. It looks familiar to you. Yeah? It's the chamber from session 1. The alternate plane that Marduketh was in.
Oh.
When he grabbed you guys and explained that I'm gonna need you to watch over stuff and make sure we don't turn evil. And Marduketh walks out of the portal. And then the unnamed being and all of his copies look to you. This will be a long conversation for you all. I shall take my leave. And he dissipates.
Wait, no, bye! Bye! What?
I knew it.
Chop!
Hold on. Explain yourselves. Marduketh. Hello, boys. It's been a long time.
Oh. You're.
The one that talked to you, yes.
And what about the one that's here?
That was the real me. This is a simulacrum. Created the moment I had the idea.
That makes sense.
To make sure that this one was locked in reality. Making sure you all stayed on the side of good.
I see.
I've been observing you almost constantly since the beginning.
You know, this makes sense now that.
I had a fleeting thing, like the only man who knows us from the very beginning is Marduketh. But, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So, in true essence, to us, you're the real Marduketh.
Well, no. In true essence, he is the old Marduketh.
Everything that I said I would do, I did. But the real me did. I was the simulacrum that was just explaining it to you, while Marduketh was actually doing it. Altering his memories, teleporting you, charming the woman at the village, doing all of the legwork. I was the one that had to explain it. That way my spell slots never got damaged. Just in case you boys needed any help along the way.
I see.
So far you've needed none, and all my spell slots are remained.
I'd like to keep it that way. So you're not locked in there then?
I it's the one that opened this portal.
I-
Don't worry, that didn't burn any slots.
I see.
There are certain enchantments to this portal, to this realm that I'm trapped in.
I see.
Trapped is the wrong word.
So things sure have changed very quickly.
What things?
Gestures vaguely at the pile of sand on the ground.
This is exactly what I envisioned would eventually happen.
Well, yeah, that is true. That was kind of the whole point of, everything, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So
So would you say we're doing a good job or a bad job?
Well,
is this
you just used what it could essentially be described as a new god to kill a version of me that you were about to kill yourself. So, accruing of power is definitely something you've got going for
When
you.
I woke up today, I was not expecting a performance review from my boss.
To be fair, you're the one that grabbed me.
So, where do we go from here?
Where do we go now? Well, that's up to you. I was about to go back into this machine and, well, not machine, I was going to go back in this room and continue observing.
Okay.
Kind of just look over at Izalith. So,
He's kind of like eyeballing the Mardeketh. My old friend. How far we've come. I do apologize on what is left of my behalf. And that kind of takes the edge off us just a tiny bit.
I guess you're the best one to ask. How many of the Paragons knew of this, you?
Me? Absolutely no one. Why would they?
Okay. Makes sense.
Do I look like someone that shares my information with them?
I mean, you were all good friends, I'm gonna say that the whole friendship bit currently is probably a little more shaken, but...
Remember what this all began. I said that I would remain a secret.
Right.
My value dissipates the more people know about me.
Right.
So I think the first question I want to ask is, because I didn't get to ask it to you all those, months ago, what has changed in Mardeketh that's, because obviously you are a lot more reasonable to speak to, and you're clearly not fucking demented. What happened? Why is he deteriorated so much?
Maybe what I am is still left inside of there. Maybe. Who knows? I don't. Not anymore. But my friend, you live for as long as we have, and you've done all that we've done. It wears on you. This is a facade held together by manners and what is left of the good in me. That was slowly being chipped away for some time. Who knows what it was that broke him? The villagers dying at his hands and at his feet, being ordered by royalty, especially after years of saying he needed to be on patrol for longer. Now being called to action as if it was his fault that these things were happening. This is a man that, for his mind, has done everything right for trying to be, well, the betterment of Tangier.
Well, you would probably know better than anybody. What do you suppose you would use Wish for?
I don't know if I'm that same man anymore. Like you said, he's demented. He's angry.
Just the simple, calm emotions.
Who the more carnivorous, vile you become, the more disastrous a spell like that could be. I don't know what I would use it for. And I don't know what he's going to use it for. It's not something that I can ever achieve.
Right.
Remember, OOC simulacrums cannot gain
I know.
perspective.
Right.
They can never change that copy that they are. So because of that, because wish was never a thing he could ever fucking fathom, he's got no perspective on that.
I gotcha.
I'm just kind of thinking in the sense of we are now gonna have a conversation of Marduketh of 6 months ago. So let's sort of look at it from that vantage point.
Longer. Remember, time travels differently.
Yeah.
This could be, to Marduketh's perspective, a Marduketh from 2 years ago. You don't know how differently time dilates in this tower, but you know it does.
What do you think the other Paragons are going to do now that they've been called to action again?
Some of them will take up the mantle.
Do you have an idea on who you think will?
Temple Regiment Regina. I don't think Isilith will, and I don't think Graf will.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Graf has much of a choice.
He's a man with no home.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I also kind of guessed that, but I just wanted to double check with, the main man, Mr. M himself. I know, we're very obnoxious.
Isilith finally pipes up. How long has this been going on for? How long has he known Marduketh, that he'd fall from grace?
I guess
Oh, I
when
thought-
we met him in that chamber is when he truly knew.
OC. Somebody asks you how long. Don't answer with a time that he wasn't there for. I'd probably be ever since our vacation to Disneyland.
How long of time has it been in Pangaea since that occurred?
About 3 months.
About 3 months. About 3 months.
You know, our trip to Disneyland. We're about, the Normere stuff. Oh, he probably wouldn't know about Normere. Ty kind of looks at us. We have the library to consider. There's a lot to protect here. Maybe we become isolationists for some time. Elizabeth shakes his head. I don't know. That goes against what the library is. Well, things must change. Because things are changing. Ty kind of looks around. And the first thing to change will be my gods. I'll need new ones. Marduketh kind of chuckles to himself. To be fair, it's natural to be intimidated by a wizard of this power. Those people were children reading of our stories. We're their heroes. Everyone's going to fear us.
It's kind of like the sort of D&D version of don't ever meet your, hero.
And injustice a little bit.
insight can you offer us, Marduketh? Just, what do you think our next best move should be? Because we have basically a civil war that's about to start.
I think the next best move is to visit Graf.
Pick a side.
What we have.
Have you? What have you done?
We've made our first aggression towards Marduketh.
How?
Attempted to kill his samurai. You Lakerim, so he didn't take hold
That
of.
didn't happen. That man killed him.
I said attempted.
To whose eyes?
I guess he doesn't see through his simulacrum, so I guess he wouldn't know then, huh?
Besides the three people here, who knows your allegiance?
Right.
We have a Marduketh clone. We can ask literally any historical question about him on stuff that he won't normally talk about if we just talk to him.
There you go! There you go! This is where you ask his family's first pet name, his mother's maiden name. This is how you get his bank account. Now you're talking. What's up, Marduketh? Or should I say XXX420 Blaster 99? How did you know that name? Well, ask the deeply personal questions that you know Marduketh will never answer. That didn't actually be said.
I think I'm ready.
I'm leaving.
Ah, shit. It's still an open book scenario. What?
There's a lot of things you should be asking questions about that you should instinctively know, and gaps that you should want filled. This is why you take notes, motherfucker.
How did Marduketh gain his special foresight?
You mean this? That is also doing the same
Yeah, I
thing.
kind of like that.
He surgically inserted an assortment of diamonds and other precious stones enchanted with other magics into them until our eyes melted into pure arcane energy.
I kind of want that less.
It was the single most painful experience of our lives. And now we can see as God see.
What can't you see?
I don't know, because I can't see it.
I mean, other than God energy, or the absence of magical energy, I presume, with our items we have been gifted to us by the gods. This is...
They don't. They show up as real items. That's the whole point of a
Mhm.
God item. They don't show up as anything, because they work as the law of reality.
Do you have any questions?
If we're talking personal, you ever fall in love? You ever get married? Ever have kids?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you might be more of just a purely bookworm.
Based on, the observance of our adventures and the things that we have seen and how the world really works, what has Marduketh not seen?
How can you explain what you haven't seen?
Well,
I've been watching your perspective, not his.
Well, I guess you could answer why you wouldn't know his perspective. Makes sense. Either way we look at this.
I don't know what the fuck he's been doing for this entire time. I've been watching you.
well, what I mean to ask is does Marduketh know of the Eternals?
Oh, did you know the Eternals?
We guessed a few. The lair that I'm hiding in is a ripoff of the Curators. He doesn't know that we know. To answer your question, it was some time ago, Korvac.
Yeah.
Before my immortality.
Alright, go on. Are they still alive? I'm thinking no. And they never had
Immortality.
or descendants.
My family died with them.
What happened? Stop
We
making...
grew apart. I stopped aging, time meant less to me. I didn't know how little of it I had left.
They meet a
No,
untimely demise, or just
no. I just... Maybe looks off in the distance. When you remain the same age, when you become timeless, when you chase your dreams and your goals, and the horizon that never comes to it, how often do you think you turn around and visit home?
so
I'd come back. My boy would be 23% larger than he was the last time I saw him. My wife would be aged. I didn't realize the toll that was pressed on them because my perspective was different than theirs. We grew apart. Eventually, they didn't see me as their family.
so that's what you mean.
I hate to sound presumptuous, but I think the main difference between us and gods is the fact that we have a natural expiration date. And even if we bend those rules and escape that expiration date, we're not designed to last that long. I think that might be what's happening to the real Mardakath. I think he's just, your mind's not meant to exist for the period of time. I know there's
Then
examples.
why would an elf?
I was just thinking,
Why would a druid?
has he outlived the leader of the elves? Well, not the current.
No, he's just making an argument. It's like, if that's true, how come elves get to live for 1,000 years?
Yeah.
No, 1,000, but a lot.
Because nobody likes elves.
We want ascension.
Just like,
Oh, that was the original plan.
Still is.
why do you think Mardakath can't obtain it? He
I'm-
is effectively.
He would know
Come-
worse.
come on, dude.
He would know
You're
worse.
asking Mardakath how come Mardakath hasn't reached
Yeah, but
ascension?
Surely he must have his theories.
If he knew why he didn't, don't you think he would have by now?
Also, he wouldn't know as much as the current Mardakath.
Exactly.
Those theories are out the window because he probably tried them already.
Yeah, but it's still worth asking. Like, do you possibly have an idea why you think you can't obtain it?
No. Remember, that's been the fucking reason they've been upset. That's been the whole fucking
Yeah.
precipice of this entire fucking campaign. Is that they don't know. They want to and they can't. And they keep existing to try to. If they fucking knew the answer, they wouldn't be so agitated.
Right.
Thank you.
Also, it's already been kind of dictated that the gods don't just give that out. The god of knowledge. Why can I never remember names?
Magnus?
Magnus got it. It's almost strictly because he wasn't trying to. Almost. He just accomplished so damn much.
And then his last thing that he did was alive was to give the entire world a chance at resistance to the coming war.
Right. So it's almost like if you seek it, it won't happen.
Ding, 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 ding!
So-
Someone's got it!
So basically, Thomas, if we want to be gods, our characters need to be good. They cannot see.
The moment you pursue it, it becomes meaningless! Ugh! Years of philosophy realized!
It's almost like Preston's character would have never been a god.
You and I at the end of the campaign ascend to godhood. And
Right
fucking
now.
Nebraska was like, what the fuck?
Nope, he just grabs the Blackness. You get back down here! Oh man. Sorry, Korvac. Everybody only gets one. I'm gonna be around forever. You're not going anywhere. Hold this coffee. Can I call you love?
Oh god. But yeah. I mean, it seems obvious to me
What?
that this, seems like as soon as you try to be a god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As soon as you try to be a god, it's impossible.
How much of that do you say to him?
Or
how much of this does Korvac know?
I explained the fact that Magnus is the only one we know who's ascending. He did not even try to ascend.
But is this a conclusion that you think Korvac has reached, or is this a conclusion that you've reached?
This is a conclusion Korvac would have reached.
Okay.
I mean, he's literally the only one that we know that's ascended, and he's told us that. Like, Magnus even said, it's like you try to suck the dicks of the gods. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just hope I can have a conversation with Magnus again. The more I look at this world, the more I want to talk to him and everything he's done.
Well, hopefully you'll be more prepared, because you seem to just show up and never have a question.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
It's almost like you should write them down in preparation. Granted, this scenario, though.
Yeah.
Questions in case we bumped into a Mardicat simulacrum. That's good. That's good.
Here's a question that's kind of been kept on my mind for a little bit. What happened between the Paragons and the Praetorians?
What is a Praetorian?
So he was there. He didn't know it.
I'm trying to think best description.
Oh, OC guys.
It was
Think.
It was
No. Think.
He never heard the name.
Thank you. You know, but he doesn't know.
I don't remember necessarily what they looked like as an apt description.
You don't know anything about what they look like.
They were an Eternal that was, or a family of Eternals, I guess, that were killed by the Paragons when the Paragons traveled out into the sort of greater Pangaea.
Oh, those weird, almost cockroach-looking monsters.
I was gonna say bug-like. Yeah, that's all we've ever heard that they look like.
Yeah, they're covered in some sort of chitin armor. The big one was powerful.
Oh.
We took them down. Quickly and effectively.
Did they attack the Paragons?
That entire area was wild. There was lizards of gigantic size, of all sorts, all of them enraged, flying beasts, remnants of dragons. Long lost, of course. The whole area is wild. We found some ancient ruins. We found some ancient ruins, and upon investigation, one of those things erupted and charged us.
Some good diplomacy from them. What else? What else would they have seen there that we know of?
Once we killed him, what appeared to be a female arose and was rather vengeful that we killed the first one and attacked us. These were Praetorians?
That was what they were called. They were kind of part of the... I don't want to call them ascended, but greater beings of Pangaea. They were the ones that helped form Pangaea.
Why didn't you ever go and visit them?
Because we were told they were dead.
But you've been curious about this entire time, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know exactly where the vault is. Why didn't you ever go back and investigate? You know where Noamir is. You know its location. You've had these questions and you never looked into it? You literally have a location on the map for it, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Just, you keep busy. You've been watching us.
Quite. I didn't know this was still rattling around in the brain.
Well, it seems to be a question Mac has. I've been thinking about other things, to be honest.
Like?
Current events. But, the whole you taking over the world kind of thing.
And isn't it almost a full moon?
Is it? How many days do I have?
Just under a week.
Yep. Of course. Can't forget.
6 days, go back.
6 days from today.
And today's almost over.
Thanks for the heads up.
Has Mardukaf created his own spells? Bless you.
I mean,
Yes, but at the same time, anything he's created after he's created me, I will have no frame of reference for it.
But do you have anything that you know of? From the
we-
frame of reference you do have.
that we don't know of? Have we not seen what you're capable of?
To be fair, most of it came in the form of enchantments and things like that, like the mental prison, those things. There is a few gravitational warping spells he knows. Oh, see, he knows some of the gravitational dunamancy spells from the Critical War campaign. Those spells that you guys haven't had access to.
Hey, that won't be fun, Josh.
He knows how to warp gravity. It's one of the things he's been studying. Time and gravitational manipulation. That's why the inside of the tower is its own reality. If he won't be ascended into God, he'll find a way to be one.
Some no family ties. The usual stuff we happen to know about. He happens to know some Eternals.
What does Mardukaf like?
Probably power, if I had to imagine, and knowledge.
Nice cup of Earl Grey tea.
Raspberry tarts.
Poisoned raspberry tarts.
A glass of mulled mead on a on a cold night.
When we discovered Tybalt, was that a surprise to you? I'm sorry, Tybalt, not Tybalt.
Nesmith?
Nesbit, yes.
Mardukaf has known the entire time. As long as the job's been done, what's the difference? In fact, the current Nesmith would probably be more agreeable than the fat lard that's been trapped in that house.
We've known that he's known. I just wanted to see if he knew at your time.
He's known.
Yeah.
What are Reginald and Regina?
I don't know if I should say. That's kind of a their thing, don't you think?
Well, their thing is.
Well, I certainly know of a certain wood elf that really wants to know.
Well, I was gonna say that they're clearly gonna side with Mardukaf, so knowing what they are would probably help.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion is charisma.
Come on.
You
Come
didn't make
on.
any persuasive attempt at all. You just asked the
7.
question.
7.
You'll have to ask them. Aren't they in your neck of the woods anyhow?
Yeah.
I mean, we know she's not a simulacrum.
Yes, you do.
She's from another world.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage. You only have disadvantage because he's already tried.
Yeah.
For the love of fucking God! Roll on a contact outside! Oh, that looks good. Oh, no. That doesn't look good. Oh, you did finish the long rest, didn't you? Ooh.
So that's 7, 5.
Hold on, what is this?
That's a 6.
So why would you add the 5?
I thought it was disadvantage. I was wrong.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're right. My bad. I thought that was a luck thing.
17?
You'll have to ask him.
I wonder how
You were close. You were close.
I wonder how agreeable they'll be.
I don't know. It's been a while.
I'm thinking not, since we're probably going to walk in on terms of being enemies. That's my prediction.
There were always elitists. Just as all of us were. Reginald, before he met Regina, was very keen on being alone. He had that house all to himself. Regina almost shares that same sentiment with him. They made a good pairing because of it. They don't think they're better than everyone, they're convinced of it. All they want to do is spend eternity together. And if things need to be stopped so that they aren't disturbed, they'll do that.
Yeah.
What if we were to offer them the option to be able to be alone for an eternity together? Would they accept that?
Maybe.
Because my thoughts are, it's all we ever hear. Is they want to be left alone. They want to be together. They want to be left alone.
We all want to be left alone.
But then,
None of us like to be called into action. Dibble doesn't want to be called down from the skyscraper. I don't want to be called out from the spire. They don't want to be called from their mansion.
and it's funny that Mardakath is now the reason that everybody's being called to action right now.
Once the world's in order, once it stops spinning out of control, his brain, they can go back to how they were. Doing things the way they see fit. And then they don't have to worry about being left alone. They're doing what they want. They're placated, they're happy, they're content. You see the difference, yes?
Sort of. Except the future's always unpredictable and work always needs to be done. If you take the mantle of power, you're going to be busy.
Let me tell you this. If there's something that you love doing, and you're very good at doing it, and then you were told to never do it again, wouldn't you rather just be left alone?
Ah.
But now that you're doing it again, I'm back, baby. To them, this is just hardcore adventuring.
Hmm.
Conquering people they thought they'd been better than for some time. How much do you like those other tribes, Korvac? Those other packs? There will be casualties.
Right.
Is there anything more for me? Because I think it's time we all move on.
I think so. It's a shame you didn't keep up with your family. It's just
I know.
hard to find any binds that Mardakath has other than the seek of power.
I'm sorry the loss of my loved ones doesn't provide you with suitable advantageous advantage over me. Sorry about that.
It was just
My deepest regret in life couldn't be used against me. Sorry.
I just wish it never came to a regret. Maybe things wouldn't have turned out this way.
Don't you think that's what I'm seeing, friend?
He means it earnestly, I promise.
As do I. Now, I think I must go back to my observations. I think you have things you must do. And he looks to Isilith. And you, my old friend, I think you and Ty have a lot to talk about. Ty kind of shakes his head in agreement. I agree, Mardakath. It's good to see this version of you again. Isilith shakes his head in agreement. Yes. It's a shame that we've all of this, which seems so good, has come to this. And they both turn and walk back towards the palace. I'll be around. Now that you know of me, call upon me if you need me. And he walks through, and that rectangular portal that was cut in reality just closes.
God, today's a long day, isn't it? What is it, like noon?
No. It's near. It's almost like you're starting to see the stars off on the horizon, like that purple.
Twilight.
Yeah, that purplish sky is only on one half. The other side is nighttime. Your boat's still docked and anchored there.
I thought I'd walk onto my boat.
What? Why? We got Islith and main man himself, the Ross Salama, right in front of us.
No, they didn't. They already walked off.
Oh,
They walked off to the royal palace.
Oh, I see.
They got new guards to hire,
Yeah.
and Ty and Islith have to decide on what the fuck they're gonna do next, because they just talked about creating an isolation estate. So they're gonna discuss whether they want to completely seal off everything to prevent future Mordecats from insidiously coming in.
Right.
And since they know a civil war is about to happen. But they also have the library to consider, which is supposed to be free to all.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with refugees. Seems they already have a slum issue as it is, and not with our helping destroying part of it.
Call us in for population control every couple of months.
We'll bring a new Brando in there. We'll cull your bum population. Don't you worry about it.
I mean, we need to see what's going on in the rest of the world.
Back to the boat.
Back to Lope.
I also think we should visit Graf at some point.
As you walk onto the boat, Pat walks up to you. Hey, you know we had cannons locked on him the whole time, right?
Nice to hear.
You know, you just had to give the word and we would have lit that fucker up.
It's just, I don't kind of think about that often, trying to get other people involved. But
You
yeah,
really
it makes
should.
sense. It makes sense.
You guys are leaders, not just two dudes.
Right.
That big motherfucker, the blue guy. Thank God he showed up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where did he go?
Everywhere.
That's terrifying.
It is.
Welcome to the background noise of everything we do.
So where are we going, bosses?
You want to see Graf?
I would like to see the baby. I think Graf would be another good point. We can also possibly prevent him from being dominated by Mordekath.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Yay! Divination.
So,
Or we should, we could always go and see what's going on with Therowen. Or
I love when I roll die, you guys just change your plan.
I didn't. He just.
No. Remember the spire?
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Twice.
You were like, alright guys, you gonna go to the spire today? The divination wizard died. No, let's find something else to do. There's like 3 20s over there. Who knows? Maybe those 20s would have been on your side in the ballroom blitz.
Yep.
So, what side do you think the divination wizards are on? Mordecai? Anti-Mordecai? You'll never know if you don't go.
Yeah, true.
But on that note, you're back on the boat. You're about to go off. I think it's break time.
Sure.
It's late, but we did, in fact, start pretty fucking late, didn't we?
What should we get for din-dins tonight?
Pizza, right? Isn't it pizza time?
You want to get pizza, Josh? We'll order us pizza at like 8:30.
I hate that I gotta use Twitch to get the longer ads. Alright, we'll be back in just a few minutes. See you shortly.
Goodbye. Forever.
And never. Jiminy Jillers. Oh, we've been missing it, but Kit Kat's been heisting like a motherfucker, apparently.
Who's your boss?
God, let's go back to asking that, huh? That definitely didn't kill a lot of NPCs.
Hey, that kind of solves the problem. Walk up to me like Mardeketh Prime. Who is your boss? No, fuck!
Hold on. Do you think he's in league with those guys?
No. But he is now.
What? Guys breaking reality and shit. All right. You're on the Flying Fish. You're making your way to Graph?
Yep, to Graph.
Okay.
Giraffe.
And that will probably mark a day, I imagine.
Hold on.
Yep.
Tell me. It's twilight. The night's winding down. What do you do with your evening?
Oh, sorry, bud.
Well, Korvac probably had mixed feelings of continuing to practice his Elvish writing. I think I'm going to attempt to write the current events down as best as I can. And
Oh, that's just way too upbeat. That's way too angry.
yeah, to attempt to mail this to Vasco, because I still believe he should remain
Yeah.
up to date. He is the fucking king.
You could send to him.
I could send to him, but like 25 words.
Hey, babe.
You're not babes anymore.
No, exactly. It's all too. So, based on my current practice, I suppose this would probably require a roll, and I'll honestly have him proofread it.
Okay, and what are you doing while he's doing all that?
Play with my mercury. Bowl of mercury.
What you gonna do with it?
Just practice with it. Just kind of relax.
Any specific shapes you're gonna be messing with? Anything you're gonna try to do?
I'm just gonna practice making all the different nano shapes of swords.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. What did we make this the last time? Performance, or was it sleight of hand?
I don't know.
So you're
I don't
trying to write. Hold on. You're trying to write in another language.
Which is a language I know how to speak in, but it's the only language I've been sort of taught how to write so far.
I turn to you and just say, "Oh, you're writing a letter. What you writing?"
I mean, I know Basco's not traveling with us, but he should probably be kept up to date.
Oh, hell yeah, I like that. I get you. I hope you're inspired to write him good things.
I'm thinking wisdom.
Wisdom? Just straight up wisdom?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm not good at it.
Yeah. I love he's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and pre-burn this bardic inspiration.
Before we go to sleep? Sure. We are at just wisdom? Oh,
Mhm.
shit. Okay. That's an unnatural 20.
You write a damn good letter. It explains everything that you want to, doesn't leave any open context, for miscommunication. You got the exact point across that you needed to. You didn't seem needy or that you missed him, which is the most important.
It's important.
It is important.
So I figured, when we land, we can.
Well, hold on. Weren't you going to proofread it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can just double check I didn't sound like a retard.
I used my special eyes to proofread it.
Specialize?
Just my special eyes.
What specialize?
I have special eyes. don't
He's
you?
got advantage on perception.
I'm wearing glasses.
I doubt that's gonna help you proofread.
I was like, detect invisibility? Is that what you're talking about?
Is he lying to me?
Go ahead and roll perception at your advantage.
Natural 20.
I'm glad that this is what it's being burned on.
You missed a comma here.
Basically.
Yeah, you pick up on he got the point across, but you're putting, this syntax is just awful. And then you realize that, you're a lore bard of great prestige, and these are two country bumpkins, there's a storm of ruin. It's good for the point that he's trying to make. Even though it's riddled with spelling mistakes and
Nice.
not proper English. I mean, not properly executive universal common. It's not perfect. He should have used whom once or twice, and he said who. But other than that,
I looked over to Korvac. He'll know it's you. I like that charm.
Well, I mean, I signed it.
he knows it's from him. That's the point.
So, kind of hoping wherever we land, we can just kind of send that off, since we won't be going to Theron.
You land in a plane, it's just in the middle of Theron. Someone get this to your king, please.
Unless you have some 50 boppity you can do with
I'm
it.
just double checking that teleport allows me to send items. And only items. I know I can transfer items, but I don't know if I have to also go with it.
Go ahead.
If you target an object, it must be able to fit entirely inside of a 10-foot cube. There we go. And it can't be held or carried by an unwilling creature. The destination you choose must be known to you, and it must be on the same plane of existence as you. Your familiarity with this destination determines whether you arrive there successfully.
So, where do you want to teleport it? What would be a good place? I figured not the teleportation chamber.
Probably the bedroom Basco sleeps in the castle.
Put it on the nightstand next to his other letter he tends to get there.
Yes.
Leaves there.
That's a really weird way for us to mentally fuck with him now that I think about it.
He knows it's from us. He knows you can do this.
Kind of just take out an envelope and put it in. And I write to Basco on the front, and then I seal it. Are you ready for me to send it? You don't want to maybe kiss it seal?
No, it's okay.
Where is all this taking place? Are you doing this in one of your all's quarters, or are you doing it on the deck, or
I figured we were in
I figured we're
like in a common area?
yeah.
Okay.
And then bippity boppity boop, I teleport it into Basco's bedroom.
Make a perception check. Both of you. You have your advantage. As do you, Korvac.
Oh, fuck, okay.
I love that you guys have two completely different dice, so it won't ever be confused.
Yeah. I just rolled 2 19s. That's pretty fucking awesome. Almost 2 crits.
Dirty 20.
So that 19 adds up to a 26.
Thomas, you said you got a what?
A dirty 20.
There's an all black. So you're in the common area just underneath the main deck, and then you have you guys' rooms, and then captain. You have crew quarters underneath that. There's an all black figure skulking stealthily down the stairs right now, and you can look right at it, and it's kind of eyeballing the room, looking at everyone. Not necessarily hiding his position, but still moving stealthily as to make no noise whatsoever. You. The room's fine. Empty. No one's in here except for a few crews sitting around. No one's on the staircase, and it's just you and your buddy, Mac, proofreading a love letter.
Nice.
I send my my fellow entity being to just block
You can say its name.
the to whom the bell tolls.
For whom the bell tolls.
No! Just disintegrate. For whom the bell tolls. Go kind of blocks him from the back. Jeez, what is it now? Who are you?
What are you talking about?
He's still moving. Roll insight. Just you. Remember, no advantage on this. You didn't pay for the deluxe package. Oh, but you're a halfling.
Son of a bitch.
I'm broken.
Oh.
18.
You're surely not talking to him, because how could you be? He's invisible.
I shoot him with disintegrate.
Excuse me?
Okay. Okay. I don't... Alright. You know what? No. That's not fair. It should be a disadvantage. He doesn't know that you're doing it to him. Yeah, there you are. Like, yeah, that's not fair. Like, he would have no idea that you're about to do that to him.
Also, okay.
What's that?
I just realized what actually happened. The invisible man cannot see the invisible being.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
So he did not.
Just because you're invisible does not mean you have see invisibility cast
Right.
on yourself.
So he doesn't. Yeah.
He's got disadvantage for a number of reasons. What are you doing? Oh, you're just
I'm
rolling.
just
You're
getting-
pre-rolling the damage. Thank you. Yep. Wow, he still rolled the 19 too, even after I gave him advantage. So I don't feel bad about this at all. So,
21.
go ahead and tell me that damage, my dude.
61.
Okay. So, you get the sense as your spell goes off and he sees that it's coming towards him. He begins to dodge in a way that you've seen before. And you get the sense that if you hadn't caught him off guard as well as you did, he would have taken half damage from this. But because of the surprise, and he really was not expecting it, I'm going to allow the full damage to get off. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's some battle insight you guys should use for what's about to happen. Because now I'm going to need you all to roll initiative. And I'm going to need you to hand me the battle map, which is on the other side.
I kind of had that assumption. Like, there's no way in hell this guy's gonna have good intentions.
You're the creepy assassin with invisibility on himself looking for the best target to stab in the back? Yeah, you're probably right.
How'd you end up on the floor and not where I left you? And
Oh,
Clear.
cats!
clearly knocked out of position. Let me go get a wet towel.
Thank you, bud.
Realize now let's move the map closer to the edge.
Yes, sir. If you want to be in charge of making sure that lines up in a at least somewhat successful way, I'd appreciate it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I know that's not something we're gonna be able to officially get. Not yet, at least.
Not until we start putting down the big red tape or something.
Not until sponsorship shows up. That's right.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, I did get that other one. I got that, it was a Magic the Gathering game, and they're like, hey, if you want to join our program, like, if you get X amount of things done during the stream, you can give away X amount of packages to other people. And it's just kind of one of those, like, hey, wouldn't you like the clout? And it's just like, God, I hate pay me, or else I'm not doing your fucking thing.
What if I accidentally just shot his lip? He's like, I'm gonna come with you guys.
But there was that whole, the raid fucking Shadow Legends. I got invited to do that one, and then I read it, and I was like, wow, this is bad.
Is it?
You know that sponsored stream that everyone kind of did like a few months ago where everybody played raid? All the small streamers for a little bit?
Yeah.
The only way that you get paid off of that is if someone watching you film it, watching you stream it, used your code, and then installed the game, and then did X amount of the,
Oh, so there's even more. It's like
you had to download the game using their code and beat X amount of tutorials, and then you would only get paid if that happened.
It's worth it for like streamers like Ninja, but
But
for anyone else.
that's really contrived.
And people like Ninja aren't gonna do shit like that.
It's really contrived, so it's like... I imagine they can keep track of it, but then, like, what proof does the streamer have?
This is why I enjoy Vsauce's fucking way of doing it. Hello everyone. I know we have to do a sponsorship, but it's for my own company stuff, so it's not like I'm selling you a personal loan. I hope that done good for me.
Well, you almost put a hole in that shit.
No, you didn't. He expected the... He took the full blunt of it. It's also cute that you think the ship flies using aerodynamics while up in the sky.
No, I didn't say that it would cause, like, us to fucking drop, but it'd still be a hole in the ship.
Okay. You hand me that, one of those pens and that, Post-it pad. Thank you. Initiative?
The one thing we're supposed to do.
Oh fuck.
Well, I wasn't expecting.
13, you said?
He's
An average 10. Max, shut up, Ian. What the fuck's going on?
Woo! I mean, that makes sense.
I misread it. I was just Googling spells real quick, and it showed me Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum. I misread that as Mardekev's Private Sanctum. I was like, Josh.
It goes deep. It goes so deep, dude.
You know a fucking ballroom blitz going on in here.
More, you critical role, that weird bubble that he does?
Yeah.
That's Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum. Can't remember how many it actually is, so I'm just gonna say it's this.
is a sizable boat.
Yeah, I'm trying to go off of the, the actual boat that you guys have. Where's the Corvac Johnson?
Corvac Johnson.
There we go. Easter egg, right there.
Yeah.
Please leave my ship.
The men currently that you see here are the crew. These are the assassins.
Oh, there's a lot of them, and you didn't see them.
And what?
You didn't see them. There's a lot of them.
No, you guys just walked up onto the main deck.
Ah, I see. Okay.
He is the only one that can see them.
You rolled lower in initiative than me, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Let me make some connections here.
yeah.
I love how Marnie's already like, mine!
I feel like any merchandise that's ever made is just going to be like, buy Marnie plush. Purchase Marnie.
Just straight up.
Can I get in there? Can I get in on this?
What if these are just random assassins not related to anything in the story?
Probably.
We just showed up. More layers.
If I was to hazard a guess, Clayton, this seems like the most likely move from him is just be the most inconvenient person ever.
Well, at the same time, how many people have you guys collectively pissed off?
Oh, a lot of people. That's just kind of how it is.
So, you obliterated the assassin with your disintegrate. You turned him straight to glass. You just missed his total health, and I'll just say, mix it in with the surprise and the narration. Let's get him gone. You run to the top. This is what you see. I'm gonna run a 30-second ad, and then we're gonna get into it. Haha, sorry, fuckers. Should have subscribed. Okay. You are the only one that can see them. You have detect invisibility on them. Or see invisibility. You also have your stand's ability. Do not forget that.
Please don't forget them.
That means I can shoot multiple targets. And Sanctuary.
Just review your stand a little bit.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns to review your stand. First and foremost.
Hey, I know what I'm doing. I just made sure to make sure I could do that.
Is it my turn?
It's about to attack you, so I really want you to do your research before I do that, okay, bud? I think there's something you've forgotten about already.
Can I just have a refresh on it, please?
I can't keep doing that. That was the whole point of why I kept getting on you guys' ass before we started streaming, is because I can't just spoon feed it to you. That's not how this works. If you don't remember, I have to move on.
Move on now.
Okay. I didn't want to do that because you guys would become addicted to it. Okay. Oh wait, these are advantage. So 17. Well, no, not advantage on you. You don't want them not. 17 to hit.
Misses.
Then you do not get hit. There's a lot of other turns, so you might want to keep. Oh yeah, that hits. And that's a crit. Yeah, he's down.
They are just normal.
No, they're not, but these are assassins. Crits are bad.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, well that hits. You got it?
Everything that I mentioned could be a possibility is what I have written down.
What is it? It's the stand, right? What's its stand ability?
The ability to shoot Toll the Dead multiple.
Is that its stand ability? Or is that something it does?
That's something it does.
Really burns me up that you've forgotten this so quickly. I made this specifically for you. Alright. Josh.
Yep.
I mean, sorry, Korvac.
Yep.
20 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And then a crit. Jesus. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Tell me, 23 pass?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But first, you take. This is a non-magical weapon, since we had that conversation with the monks in the last game.
Yes.
7 points of non-magical piercing damage.
That's cool. I'm not raging nor am I a werewolf, so it doesn't matter. So I'll take those 7.
Okay, yeah. Followed by 19 sneak attack damage. What does that come up across as? It just says damage. And then,
Force.
and then now the poison damage. Poison damage. Do you have any resistances to that or something? Don't you have something for that because you're Goliath? I don't know.
No.
No?
Definitely not. I remember Ritzel's immune to it, but that's somebody else.
That's right. That's right. He's gonna sneak up on this dude. How did you beat the whole? What was the whole? How did you beat the whole fight? How did the whole fight work? Last time you had combat. Ooh, double eights. That does not hit. You remember?
And I remember Sanctuary being used to release me from the hold I was under. And then I used For Whom the Bell Tolls to fight the other stand, and then used Toll the Dead to deal damage as well.
Yeah, but what happened before all that? Like, there was a thing that occurred that allowed the fight to happen at all. Because remember, he kept stopping time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I
Okay, your entire stand's ability is to cancel effects that other people have once used on you. Remember?
Right, I now remember the second part of Sanctuary being used.
Write it fucking down, please. I really hate this, man. It's just a shot in the gut to me every time. So somehow that Valkyrie snuck up on this dude and didn't hit him once.
Oh. You just rolled really low. Mm.
Yeah, with advantage both times.
Oof.
Mac, it's your turn. I just want to put a blanket statement. There will be no just help me out. There will be no... Like, you don't get an Ashley Johnson credit here. Like, you have to actually know your fucking character. Because if you don't, you just don't get the ability. Like, you have to stop me. I can't run all of these other NPCs and then also know what you gotta do to survive it. You just gotta remember that. Please. Mac, it's your turn.
How many people can I cast that on?
What?
The ability to negate effects.
Well, nothing's been casted on us, so as far as that goes, don't think that's the answer.
I mean, I know I have Sanctuary that I can place on individuals.
Okay, Sanctuary's only cast on yourself.
Okay, well, I cast Haste on Warback.
Okay.
And I will move for whom the bell tolls to be behind me so my back's not unguarded.
Okay.
And then I will use the charge of Bardic Inspiration to give that to Korvac.
Okay.
And then I would like to use a free action to sort of point in the direction of where this guy is to say Korvac stab in that direction.
Okay.
And at that stage I end my turn.
Don't worry about it.
So you're just not gonna cast Sanctuary?
I've already used my action.
You used haste action. I don't know the ability, but I imagine commanding is Belto takes a bonus action, but I don't know the ability.
Alright.
I mean, if I have the action to do it, I'll cast Sanctuary myself then. It's just the action of using an action. I just remember for whom the bell tolls used up an action to use one of its abilities.
Yeah, but then it permanently cancels an effect for the duration of the battle. You get what I'm saying, right?
Like, it wasn't my ability to remember, but...
I know, like, but like, you'll be like, he's over there. You can cast Sanctuary on yourself. Direct an attack onto the bell guy, and if he's hit with it, he can cancel one effect that they're currently using against your party throughout the battlefield. I.e., everyone that's invisible is no longer invisible.
Well, I cast Sanctuary on myself then.
You can do it next turn.
Don't worry about it.
Korvac, it's your turn, bud.
So...
You have haste.
I have haste, so I'm going to use my bonus action to activate my Dragon Helm and get blind sight.
Good move.
I can now sense where the invisible enemies are.
Yes, up to...
30 feet.
Is it?
I have it right here. It is 60 feet. For a whole half
Quit
hour.
fucking guessing, you guys. You have notes for a reason.
There's a 30 next to the 60. I'm retarded. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you see, I think most of them, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60. No, you see this, you don't see these two,
Mhm.
you see all of the other ones.
Sure. Alright, well, I'm going to do what Korvac does and whack the man right next to me. This one here.
Yeah, go ahead, my dude. Go ahead.
I'm going to let you know we got a regular 19 to hit on that first swing. Should I bother going on for more swings? I'll
Just at this level, because I don't know what damage you want to put into your attacks,
fair enough.
let's just do everything by the individual.
Oh, okay. Sure. Well done. Been a long time since combat happened.
Yeah, you got a lot of die to roll.
Yeah. So, if that 19 hits, that's a good old
Yes, it did hit.
20 damage there.
Oh, that's all we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. So 19 for sure hit, and 20 hits them, but not for a whole lot. So he's still standing.
Sure. Swing again.
Write that whole thing down. Everything I said about Sanctuary and the ability to negate effects. Write that whole thing down if you haven't already, bud. Please.
So, does a 16 hit?
Indeed.
16 hits? Okay.
There are assassins who are hiding under the shade of invisibility.
They could be.
Moving
They
quietly.
could be.
My dude,
Smoothie.
no armor. It's just cloth. These are assassins. Ninjas.
Thought they'd be schmoovy. Alright.
hold
that's
on.
15.
Dexterity, max dexterity bonus is +5. Ninjas 10 plus 5, 15.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe 13.
Alright, so that was 15 damage. And now that I know that a sloppy swing like that hits.
Yeah, my dude.
I'm gonna.
You guys gotta get ferocious.
Greater weapon mastery now. It's like, oh. Okay.
This is your final hit unless you do some shenanigans or bonus
I
action.
have haste action, so.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
And you bonus action with your helm, so never mind.
Yep. So that'll be a plus 11 to hit on this. So that fucking hits at the 36.
So you rolled a 36.
I'm sorry, 26.
Thank you.
Math.
I was like, you have a negative 10 and you rolled a 36? Negative 5.
Negative 5. So 29 damage.
Yep. He's still standing, though.
Still standing. Alright.
Not by a lot. He is bloodied. He is gross. Hold on. Let me roll a little, because he just took a lot. Yeah, he's still alright.
Well, here goes the last one. Still right.
This is a haste action?
hasted action.
Okay.
This is greater weapon mastery. I'm not stupid enough to do a reckless swing amongst assassins.
No!
Alright, so that's a definite hit. And that's maximum damage of 30?
How do you want to blow this dude to pieces?
Can I, like, swing his body off the ship? Just... Do I have
mean-
that much force?
Go and roll me in athletics.
Cool. Alright, I can do that.
You know the effects, like, you know, if somebody jumps off the Empire State Building when it hit the ground, they're just kind of gelatin.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you've just done to this guy by hitting him with that much force.
21?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You cleave him, but when you do, like... Because the glaive is thin and then wide, and that you can argue that the furthest bits are a little rougher because they're not meant to be used in an axe. So it's kind of like you've spatulaed them up like a pizza a little bit, and then as you slash it, and it's raining. It's pretty gross. It's pretty dim. It's how they're, helping you to sneak around, and then you just shoo! The top half goes flying, and the bottom half just topples at your feet. Yeah, this guy is gone. You do anything else? You have movement, and you can do several other cool fighter shit if you want.
I have no more actions. I only have a free action left.
Do you have action surge?
I do have action surge.
Thank you. God,
I'm.
shake that rust off, boys.
Don't you have 2 action surges?
I do not. That's not subtle. I think.
Remember, he took levels in Barbarian. He's not pure like you are.
Yeah, it's just one.
I was thinking of Kron. I'm like, Kron's not pure either.
No, it's this
Yes,
guy.
he is. Did he take other
2
levels?
levels of fighter.
That's right.
He
Yeah.
did the opposite of Corvac.
Well, 2 levels of fighter is just so good.
It is.
I'm kind of tempted to make him a divination wizard as well.
So, are you action surging?
I'm action surgeon on this poor motherfucker right next to Mac.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't roll your eyes at him, mister.
So that is, where are my numbers?
Hold on. No. I'll allow you to roll an insight.
Inside.
I'll allow you to roll an insight. Just real fast. Or history. I'll allow you to pick.
Sure. Does a 23 for insight?
That's fine. I'll allow you to redo your movement.
Oh,
How much health does Mac have?
a lot. Ooh,
How much health does your friends have?
you're right.
Does Mac's ability work if he doesn't get attacked?
Correct.
Do you want to kill the thing that's about to attack him again?
Max got this. Which one?
Does he? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's this one that's the enemy, correct?
This one's an enemy?
Yeah. So
This one's an enemy. This one's an enemy. This one's an enemy. This one's an enemy.
I'll see if I can keep the lucky lad alive.
And this one's an enemy, of course.
Action surge with greater weapon mastery on this guy. So that's a 17 to hit
And it does.
for 28 damage.
Now we're fucking cooking with Crisco. 28, you said?
Yeah. Alright, that's a 27 to hit with 26 damage.
Okay.
Please let this just fucking obliterate him. Yeah, not a crit. For 28 damage.
How do you want to do that guy?
Ooh. I really wish these guys weren't invisible. Because it'd be more spectacle, but I do love the idea.
Hold on. When they're dead, their form falls. That's the way spells work. You
Okay.
don't, if you're dead, they don't work on you anymore. The spell fizzles out.
Oh, that's-
So basically,
that almost-
bodies are just showing up, and
And-
you're like,
Throwing them off the break. I do like the idea of just having bodies thrown.
"What the fuck are our captains?"
Ah. So that's only an athletics check of 15. But I don't have as far to go.
How do you want? Hold on. How are you trying to do this guy in?
So I like the idea of just bodies appearing and being lunged off the ledge.
Okay, so like you more snow shovel this one. Like it's a downward scoop and then out and then chuck,
Right.
and then he's out and about and gone.
Nice.
Do you do anything else?
I imagine everybody's already alerted.
Let's get him out of here.
Yeah, so
Everybody's alerted.
alright.
No one sees what you see.
Oh, gotcha. There are invisible assassins on the ship.
That's enough.
Yep.
Pat, which is this one. Oh God. I don't know. None of us are magic. That's not Pat's normal voice, but whatever. We're in the heat of combat. How does he want to do this? Yeah. This guy's gonna come right here, right in front of you. Look you dead in the eye, because he knows you can see him.
Be the lucky lad. Fuck.
And then he's gonna go back.
Holy shit. He got the moves.
He's a fucking ninja! And not stop the entire time. He backstabs that dude and brings him to the ground. He's just eyeballing you the whole time. It's the crew's turn. Pat whistles, and a mortar on the ship is shot straight up into the air. Nothing happens this turn with that. And then everyone is going to use, not evasion, but what's the dodge? Everybody's going to use the dodge action. As soon as his turn ends, there's a pop of light because he shot a flare in the air. And for the next round, there's a silhouette of like the mark because it's like causing like a magical shimmer from the flare, so they can see the disruptions in the water, and you kind of have an almost disadvantage at looking at them but it's the closest they could get to see invisibility.
Okay.
And that's going to be their turn. This guy's going to go to this dude. Let me see if you can see that. Oh yeah, that's way less than 60.
More or less
20,
20 here.
30, 40. Yeah, it's right there. What the fuck? A 3 and a 4. Oof.
Lucky lads.
That hits though.
Ah.
Okay. We're starting the order over.
Okay. I imagine he went down.
No.
No, he's good. Okay.
No, only one hit.
Alright.
If both hits hit, they go down. When it's them, I just use average damage.
Okay.
I know we're using rolling and everything. So, the monk attacks. Not the monk, the assassin. He fails his wisdom save, and he hits the bell, canceling his invisibility. Your stand has its own fucking turn, my dude. It shares a turn with you. Remember? You act on your best instinct and cast sanctuary on you. For the love of God, man, read your goddamn spells! Since you didn't do it, he did it. His invisibility shatters, as does the invisibility on everyone in, well, the rest of the battlefield. It's a radius to be determined, but it's good on this one. Everybody's invisibility is shattered. You're protected from that one attack. Attack number 2 definitely does hit. Now it's damage time. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
First or second amendment?
You do take 7 piercing damage, by the way.
That's a 16, by the way.
7 slashing damage, I mean. Jesus, the sneak attack's been high. 19 sneak attack damage. $12 poison damage. Orc. Double axe. No longer has advantage. Neither of those hit. No longer has advantage. Neither of those hit. Yeah, you guys, you boys weren't shit, my dude. They were just fighting invisible. It's not about luck. It's just, you know, when you're an assassin, not only do you have, like, advantage, but, like, you get some good shit if they don't see you. And then lastly but not least, oh, that's the one you killed. Mac, it's your turn.
So let's see. For Mr. Machiavelli himself. Ooh, I have a lot of AoE spells that are gonna
Not be good.
Can't you call lightning?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's only a 5-foot radius.
You can finagle that.
Oh, okay.
And it's naturally raining, so you get a buff.
Yep.
Why would you not do call lightning?
I just didn't know if there was enough room in.
Know your fucking spells! 5-foot radius. Vasco always knew.
Yeah, he did. It was his favorite spell. He would constantly be like, "How big's the room?"
Yeah. How tall's the room? Can I put a storm
Well,
plat in here?
it's a concentration spell, so
Yeah.
scratch that off.
Oh,
Why?
'Cause
because
you're
he's holding
hasted.
haste.
That's right. That is indeed correctamundo.
Probably better. Anybody who's taking damage, I'm gonna cast anybody who's on my side who's taking damage, I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds on them.
How far is Mass Cure Wounds?
damage.
Just cast Charm accidentally instead.
How far is the range on Mass Cure Wounds?
60 feet.
Hold on. Buddy, do you want to move before you cast this? Count to the kobold in front of the Death Knight.
So that's 45, so you want to top out this one?
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, just 60
Okay.
at this line.
So you know that the dude with the farm hat has been hit. You know he's been hit.
This guy here.
Yeah.
So you would have to 5, 10,
You have to move
55, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You'd have to move like in this area.
Yeah, you'd have to basically move 10, 15 feet to get all of your friends. Alright, he's gonna make an attack to see if he's attacking you or your boy. He's gonna do the attack first. And the whiz. Okay. So, he hit your boy. You take 7 points of slashing damage. You're not supposed to know it's pool. Only I do.
He's building up a counter. As soon as you get hit 5 times, you're dead.
So on that note,
No, it's you don't know the health pool of the stand.
Yeah.
And if the stand dies, he dies.
Jojo.
Yeah,
I haven't seen part 3 yet. I don't know this.
No, the stands are you. Whatever happens to the stand also happens to you.
Yeah.
That's why he was randomly splitting up blood in the Brando fight, even though he wasn't taking damage.
so on that note, Mass Cure Wounds goes out to
For how much?
is 20. How many people were injured on our side?
4.
4. So you and I will also get it as well.
And these two stand up. But are not really in fighting shape.
Mass Cure Wounds. And then Bellboy. I want to know how hard he can hit. Just a random guy. I want him to smash that guy that just attacked him.
An NPC just attacked an NPC. How would you know how much damage was done?
How much damage should it look like? Not how much damage. How does he look after being hit?
Like he just broke his jaw and is draining blood from his lips. It was a solid hit. And no one else could hear it, but because his fists are made out of bells, it was a and yeah, it looked bad.
And then I'll have.
It looks about to be 15-ish bludgeoning damage.
All I can hear right now in my head is that Team Fortress 2 hand sound effect.
Yeah, exactly.
I still think it's better for him to protect me, so I'm gonna keep him in front of me as a guard.
Okay. He's attached to you at the hip. Borvac Johnson? You still... Oh! Did you make that Constitution save when you... Nope, you didn't get hit. Nope, you took 8 damage.
Yeah, I added that on.
Did you keep...
Oh,
concentration.
Concentration, that's right.
Yeah.
Constitution for the concentration. It sounds like a fucking Grammar House rock thing. You
Yeah.
gotta do the Constitution for your concentration. Order
There
the
we go.
pizzas, by the way, bud. It's
Already
8:37.
done.
Oh, nice. Good job. Nicely done.
Yeah,
Thank you.
makes it. God, I love being a bard.
Well, my dude, it is now your turn.
All these peeps are ours, yeah?
Yes, sir. Except for the monk.
This one.
Yes. This one's not yours. That one's not yours. The lich isn't yours. The zombie's not yours.
Damn it. He moved outside of my range.
You're hasted.
I'm hasted. I am fast. You are correct.
Jesus, guys. Shake that motherfucking rust off. And guess what else you're doing to him?
I'm beating the shit out of him, but I'm raging for my bonus action.
And you're also...
Getting advantage.
Use the force, my dudes.
So, in lieu of being mad at assassin number 4, I am raging because how dare he stab somebody else that's not me.
Yeah.
2 14s.
Look, you're like darkness from Konosuba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. You know its AC is 15. We've discovered this.
Yeah.
So you rolled... Those were base 14s?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I hit.
so he got
I was just
hit.
I was just saying, like, this is the same time I rolled the same fucking number on both die. That's a real shame. That's a 22 for damage.
I don't think that boy's been hit yet. He is
No.
not.
He crits.
You said 22?
22 for damage. This one will be 25 for damage.
Okay. Needs just a little bit more than that to finish him off.
Okay, well, that's a good roll, but did I hit? There, 18. Yeah, there, 18. Okay, roll for 18 to hit in 29 damage. And I'm going to dump 10 health into it, so 5 more damage.
How do you want to do this guy?
Well, it's because I'm not throwing this one up.
Oh fuck, I forgot to give you your bonus health for the last guy. For those 2 that you did kill. Oh well. I'm sure you're fine.
I'm fine. It's not.
This was not meant to be a make or break fight.
Yeah.
33, Josh, Jesus.
Well, seeing as he didn't go down until I pumped blood into him.
Oh, you didn't know that.
Well, I don't know that. But I think
But you-
this one
no.
I maybe probably used gravity and just kind of slammed him into the ground off to the right. Just really, I really like throwing these bodies around, man.
So you snap downwards again, try to almost pierce the chest into the ship, and you feel a little bit more resistance. So you pump blood into him. The projectile shoots into his back that almost acts as a counterweight in the rain, and it just falls downward and it gets pierced.
Perfect.
And then you can take him off the board as well.
With my remaining movement, I'm just gonna move right here. Give this guy a little danger for his.
You don't have anything else?
That was all 3 attacks. My bonus action, my hasted action.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Never gonna be a crit, are we? Not today.
Ain't never gonna dance again.
That's 24 damage.
On the Zombo?
On the Zombo, who's an assassin.
24 you said?
Yep. Hey, you said they're ninjas. Does that mean they kind of look Asian? Are they from the Isles?
They're completely covered head to toe in cloth except for their eyes. You're gonna need to peel some shit off to see.
We'll use that later.
Uh-huh. Anything else for me?
That'll be all.
Zomboy's turn. He's going to attack the zombie. The zombie's gonna attack that guy?
Yes. I don't have anything to say.
He misses. Yes, you do. It's the crew's turn. You absolutely do have something to stop that. No, wait, hold on. Technically, you don't.
Because you had to move that. If you're talking about Sentinel.
Read all the rules of Sentinel. If he's in melee range of both of you and he doesn't attack you, you can force him to attack you.
I thought that was something else. I thought that was like a defender.
I just realized that you were in melee range of him, which I don't know if that's the rule of it, but I think it's he has to be in melee range of you, now that I think about it. But remember, Sentinel duels, other cool shit that you often forget about. I mean, everybody forgets about.
I'm alone normally when it comes to combat.
I know, right? Neither of those hit, though.
I understand why a lot of people don't go above level 10 when they play D&D.
Lots of shit you gotta keep track of.
Yeah.
Keep notes!
Oh my god, it's true. They have to be within 5 feet. You can use your action to attack that creature. It doesn't force it on you.
Oh, well, you get the attack of opportunity at the very least.
Because it's an opening, effectively. That makes sense.
Yep. So, it is the crew's turn.
It's the crow's turn. Random ring.
Fantastic. Not a lot done there. Can you move the far... No, he's actually going to hold back because he was hurt. The kobold... Kobold's going to attack that guy because he really has nothing else he can do. It's once. God, they're rolling like ass to do damage. That one actually did a lot of damage. It crit. Sorry for the delay, everybody. This one did a crit on that one. It almost knocked out a third of its health. Wow. First one to actually have 2 hits. And roll higher than fucking 4.
What?
Yeah, they have 2d6, and all of them have only collectively rolled 4, except for this one. 21 damage from that one. Fuck them up. All of those miss. He gets advantage. Plus he's a boss-ass bitch. That has a little bit more than everybody else. One plus 15 is 26. 32. 47. 41. This boy's dead.
Ooh, they did it. They're gonna level up, right?
You wish. Alright, so the only ones that are left... Because the ones that fell are going to stay out of it. Hold on, he's going to go. No, he fell, so he was staying out of it. Thomas, can you move those guys just 30 feet towards that combat? Alright. This one appears to be using some sort of magical effect to teleport away.
I counterspell it.
At what level?
Level 5.
Roll an Arcanum check for me. You get a little bit extra knocked off because you went over, but not as high as you needed to. Oh, yeah. You don't need to. Yep. They are counterspelled in here. However, the zombie is now going to attempt to do the exact same thing.
Don't have Mage Slayer. It's a real shame.
Do you not have counterspell?
I have a fucking thing on my ring. That's probably counterspell? Nah, that's not mentioned.
Go ahead and take him away.
Yeah.
And the Death Knight as well. Mac, it's your turn. Only one assassin remains.
I raise my hand out and use my free action. You have chosen poorly, and then I'm going to have Bellboy cast Toll the Dead on him, missing the guy that's also attacking him because I know it's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, no, yeah. You can avoid. Well, hold on. He's got to make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, he failed. I don't need to know your DC to know he failed that one.
Hey Josh, do you know where my D12 is? I believe I gave it to you. Thank you, sir.
You only have one?
Yeah, at the moment, because I'm done. Well, 10. 16. 19. 29 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then, for max action,
You said it, Monty. What are you gonna do?
I cast Toll the Dead on him.
So you're killing him.
That would kill him, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it would kill him. We can.
Do I-
You stopped him from teleporting away, and you're just like... Well, he failed. Roll damage.
1.
Wait, maybe.
Come on,
maybe
Come
not.
on! 9, that's now 9 damage.
Well, remember, it doesn't matter. It's Korvac's turn after this.
14. 17.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't kill him. Wow. Still could have done a lot of other shit to stop that. Korvac, it's your turn, buddy boy. Haste, remember haste. Remember the haste.
I just want to make sure it's in 60. I guess I'm gonna grapple him and try to restrain him.
Okay, so you gotta make athletics check against his athletics or acrobatics, right?
Yep.
Well, he's surprisingly alright at acrobatics, but not on your level. So we'll see, my dude.
Okay. Yeah?
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Go ahead, what do you got?
You don't tell me you got a nat 20 because I just blew a fucking.
What do you got?
I got, let's see. So that's 9. So that's 22. That's 33.
Yeah, that beats 13. He's grappled and restrained.
Perfect.
Since he was the last one. Well, you grappled. That doesn't work on restrain, but I'm going to say, you know, between him and you ready to counterspell him, and yada. Let's just go ahead and say combat's ended.
Oh, sure.
I walk over at him and I use my boiling pot of mercury and I form it around Korvac. Push his arms and legs together
I'm
like a spit roast in a pig.
sure.
And when you do that, I clamp the mercury around it and
Give me
basi-
1 second, boys.
Sure.
We're going to run an ad just to go ahead and, you know, since that was a little bit long. Quick 30-second adventure in and out.
Dude.
So hold on. What were you going to say?
Well, I'm just.
This is just for the subscribers now.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking about his mercury because as he's saying this, he's making mandibles better than with the mercury. I'm like,
I
you
kiss
could-
Korvac passionately.
he can hold on to anything as long as he wants now with this mercury. He just makes like a glove that's like hooked to something. He doesn't have to actually actively hold on to it.
Dude, the sky's the limits with this thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I turn it into basically.
That is the problem with my campaign. You guys have a lot of toys, and it's just like, I don't know how my stand works. I've been too focused on bubbling mercury. It's just like, no, remember the stand, please. It's the whole reason I built this combat was for you to gloat on people. Yeah, whatever. Punch him with a bell.
I wanted to know how much damage it would do. I was debating a lot of shit. I'm like, can I just start picking them up and chucking them off with the stand?
Why didn't you try?
Because I didn't get a chance to.
Goddamn Korvac.
Yeah, I know.
I completely forgot about the blind side on your helmet. That's
Yeah.
like the beauty of like
That's-
giving gifts like that.
Like
It's just
you
kinda
were
like,
worrying about it too. I was like, boy, I got something.
I looked at it, I'm like, why would I not just cast Toll the Dead again? That's 8d12 damage for free.
Alright. It's raining. There are corpses. Your men are weak, some of them, limping. Korvac has one restrained. You are at the ready with your counter spell if you need it. What do you do?
Well, I go over to him and I use my bubbling pot of mercury to make like ramshackle shackles around his legs and feet to prevent him from casting spells or moving.
Okay, you kind of make really strong restraints because the structure can't be too complex. They don't inertly stop magic. However, they do stop the hands from moving, so certain somatic components. But you know, it's not a complex thing. It can't inertly stop people from doing magic. It's not like that. So if like he's got a ring with a thing on it,
yeah,
that's gonna happen.
the whole Vixel situation where it's been every turn being like, I can do this because my mouth is good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so
But yes.
you've done a lot, but remember, situation's not 100% disarmed.
Keep that counter spell ready.
I'm gonna take his mask off.
Okay. Doesn't look like he's from the Western Isles. Just looks to be average, healthy, dexterous over strong, but typical battle-hardened soldier. You won't get anything from me.
Why not? Come on now, man.
Oh, come on!
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
So I'm like baffled. Like
You
we
still-
just fucking
Remember, Josh, you still have my D12.
No, you used it to grapple. Cause he
Bastard.
Because I made you feel like it
You
was a lot,
bluffed.
even though it was a 13.
you fucking bluff.
You rolled a 30, my dude. The assassin's at a 15 AC. Come on. It's up to you guys to extrapolate that shit, not me.
Persuasion, huh?
Yes, sir.
13.
He just spits blood on the deck.
So
Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I dropped haste
yeah.
Why do you drop haste?
because I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Well, that and in like 12
You
more
go like
seconds. In 12 more seconds, it'd be time stop for me for a sec, basically.
And I cast Zone of Truth.
He just looks at you. Well, he has to make a charisma saving throw, right?
Correct.
Oh, fuck, I emptied out of their fucking thing.
Just plus 0, you know.
Shut the fuck up. That's the equivalent of saying, oh, it didn't ring in, it must be for free.
No, they're trained assassins. They wouldn't know how to talk to people.
You're right. Plus 0 is actually what they have. Yeah, they fail that. The only reason I say that is because you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one spell where you know.
Mm.
Well, not the one. I'm sure there's others.
Now I think we can all be agreeable and say that if you tell us what we want to hear, we won't kill you. Scout's honor.
Pat, while you're doing this, is gathering the injured and sending them to below decks for, like, rest and medical aid and whatnot.
I also turn to Pat. Once I've dealt with this scenario, I'll tend to them.
Good. Good. I don't think the boys were, expecting invisible assassins.
No, that wasn't on my checklist today.
Luckily, it ended up being taken care of. Close calls, but no battles. They got out, takes his men under the load. Not all the men, but the injured men below decks. And some of the people who were below decks who were off shift are now coming up to plus out your guys. The assassin looks to you and says nothing. After your roll, like, we can be agreeable thing.
I punch him in the face.
Roll intimidation. It's kind of like that scene in Batman Beyond where, like, the Riddler and Two-Face are punching people, and the Riddler punches a guy. He's like, ah! And then the Two-Face punches the guy and knocks it out. Then the wrong person's doing the beating in this
Sorry.
scenario. You punch his jaw. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh my god.
21. No, 22.
It doesn't hurt him. Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt you, but you can tell it does not hurt him.
I have for whom the bell tolls come over and punch him in the face. Restrained. I don't want to kill him. Oh, that's right. I'm using the wrong ability.
I was referring to him being
Yeah.
the one. What is that? What is that?
Wouldn't you like to know? Then start talking. Otherwise, I'll do it again.
Kill me. The contract is worth nothing if I talk.
What contract are you fucking talking about?
Well, fucking think, asshole! The contract on your life!
Oh, okay. Are you all just mercenaries?
Probably.
What do you think hired assassins are?
I don't know. Maybe you could be loony religious people that have all been trained to do this.
What, we don't have weird tattoos on our body or weird cuts or anything like that. That's what you normally see on religious fanatics. Well, you know, your typical Assassin's League kind of thing.
And who paid you?
We can't tell you that.
But if you die, you're not going to get the money, so what does it matter? You've lost. You have no ownership to this person anymore. Tell us.
I have my business's reputation.
What's your business?
We might want to hire you.
He just refuses to say anything.
That was...
God, if I don't even hit the fucking box still. The music box.
Once again, nobody knows what you're talking about.
At one stage in the game, I had a godly item that allowed me to, if opening the music box, basically had you tortured for what felt like 1,000 years. Kind of like that Star Trek episode in Deep Space Nine where it happens to Miles O'Brien.
By the way, godly items are items gifted by the gods that don't appear as magical items because they're just the way reality is built, so they look like the normal fabrics of the world. So, Korvac, you want to give him a try?
I'll do better. There's still giblets on the deck, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, remember, it's heavily raining.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drag him to one of the giblets and drop his face in front of it. Be like, is this the future you want?
You can do whatever you want to me, wolf boy. You're not gonna scare me.
Well, you know it's not a werewolf.
Everybody does that knows anything, jackass.
You could turn him into a werewolf.
I don't think I want to.
Yeah, that's probably not a good move. I'm not good at this torture anymore. Anything I do will just outright kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, disintegrate wasn't the way to go. My bad, guys. Resurrection?
You can annoy him.
He's so steadfast, man. How the fuck was this?
I thought you started this like, I'll do better. You're so steadfast. You haven't even tried anything. He called you Wolf Boy, and you immediately were like, I'm done. I'm out.
The problem is you gotta take it into the context. More beating's not gonna solve it. We already beat the shit out of him. Like,
He's still got some HP.
yeah. Some. Most people at this state would be like, yeah, please stop.
You know, monks' melee attacks are 1 HP each time. He's a healer. If you really want to torture, I'm just saying, if you really want to torture a guy, I'm just saying.
We have one more shot of the Coca-Cola.
Is this how you want to waste it?
I
I only say that just to, say you. So up to you. To me,
wanna do
everything's
it? Basco's not here to stop us.
You're right, he's not. So,
This is a meaningless character with no name.
and all we would get is find out which of the many enemies has sent him. They're giving off Malin vibes, honestly, but
Yeah,
they're
straight up.
they're pretty weak. So
I'm
maybe
thinking
not.
Clayton.
Like I said, we're our own agency.
Own agency.
I don't.
What? Just say it! You all start shit and then never say anything!
At this point, unless you say anything, your life is null and void. Why the fuck do you not tell us? What?
Because at least my business's reputation holds itself. At least I'll be viewed as doing the right thing by those I serve in death. I'll be do right by my employees colleagues, friends that are still out there.
Uh-huh.
How many left? How many teleported away? How many didn't come here?
I was gonna say we could probably put you somewhere where nobody finds you, but probably find out that your body's not here either. I don't know,
we
man.
teleported onto this ship. We can teleport back on.
Yeah. Seems like he's not gonna talk. So, gotta put him on the floor and bring my blood crystals to his neck. Mac, are you gonna stop me? You have an idea?
I'm like looking through my bag of shit. Whatever you think's good, bud.
So, there it is. Last call.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
This is a war crime, by the way. 22.
Huh?
Damn it, it's not in. It's 22 though.
No, I was talking about your elbow was right on the crease of the table and you were leaning on it.
Oh,
I'm like,
was it?
that's the worst place to do
I
that.
didn't even notice. But
Don't
yes,
worry, my
22.
foot is counteracting the weight you put on it.
It is. But yes, 22.
What's 22? He's gonna give enough to not die, but I need to make sure I know what that is. We don't know who it is for sure. It's a blank contract. Someone put out for, well, frankly, more gold than anyone can count on your all's lives. Happened about maybe an hour or two ago. The League of Spies that works with us said you just docked at La Salama. We snuck aboard. / teleported from a distance. Waited for the right time to strike.
So this narrows it down in my head to like Mardukap or Clayton.
So what do you think? It's enough? That's all he seems to know. Insight it regardless. just to
There
make
you
sure.
go! God damn it!
4.
Oh, really?
5 actually.
13?
4.
Fuck
5
it.
even.
Fuck it, Lucky. That's better, 19.
Can you roll this up, bud?
Also keep your ears out because you go for probably much less depth than I am.
This is rolling that up a little bit loud.
You got a what on your roll, bud?
19.
Sorry, I was asking Josh.
It was 17, I believe, right?
17. Gotcha.
Hand me your werewolf. With the 17, I will say that he's weighing the option in his brain of what's worth more, his life or his reputation. And he's done a good job of balancing that to his ability. But you know he's got one more thing he could give up.
He's holding something back.
You have your both perspectives.
Like what?
Listen, we're not too bothered about your organization. We're more concerned about the person who paid you off. Anything you can and do to tell us to help would be fantastic, and I promise I will set you free. That is my deal to you.
I
I will.
did ease off just a bit.
What happens? I had 2 colleagues with me. If I come back from this, I'm gonna know.
But don't go back.
And what am I gonna do?
Do you want to join us?
No.
Hold on.
Come on, you see how good we were.
Hold on. He doesn't necessarily have to be like that.
He kind of pulls back and lets you say what you're thinking.
If you're worried about being believable when you exit out of here, I'm sure there's something we could do to make it seem believable. They can't see us right now.
What are you thinking?
Would you be able to teleport out of here if I threw you off the ship? It'd be
Maybe.
maybe.
Do you have access to Featherfall?
Yes.
Just claim you made a last-ditch effort escape.
Or I threw you like I did the other bodies.
They saw what you did to the other bodies. They'll know. I'd have to disappear.
You
That's
know,
something I can't simply do.
I know of another rogue who ended up in a null and void situation. And he was able to find a new family.
Oh,
Perfectly fine.
who are you talking
Talking about a friend of mine, Hugh Mann. God, that doesn't sound. It sounds like I'm fucking with him.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't think getting them from their family's the right thing for you.
What I'm saying is, giving up just because you've lost now seems like a pointless endeavor.
It's not about giving up. It's about how would I move on. It's a league of goddamn assassins. What am I gonna do? They're trained to hunt and kill people.
I mean, Hugh Mann was in the same position. I'm just saying there are options.
He's gonna roll insight on that and see that you're fucking lying. Hugh Mann was not in that same position.
Roll deception.
We're in the zone of truth.
He cast it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Once again, Thomas, please, for the love of God, roll into the camera.
24.
This is deception.
Mhm.
What exactly was your lie again?
I said that Hugh Mann was in his exact same position. But he was able to, correct course and find meaning again in life.
It's not about finding meaning. They will find me. I cannot simply walk away from this. I understand what you're saying. I do. But any deviation from you at this point, without aid, then I am dead. I can't walk with you after what's happened.
Well,
Not after what I know.
the promise is
I know
we
a giant
promise his life.
I know a giant talking ape.
Wherever I go, I will attract others who wish to end me.
I have an idea. If we end the man who sent the contract, problem? Who would know about your treachery? Why would your organization go after you on behalf of somebody who doesn't even exist anymore?
What if I change?
Because it still happened. The business has a reputation to uphold.
What
If
if
it turns out that you can just persuade your assassins to turn away,
But who,
the business is besmirched. Doesn't matter if the critic is dead or not. It still occurred. The blip on the record is still there.
what record, though? Who would know of this?
Who would know that you docked in Ras Salam? Who would know that someone could sneak onto your ship? People find out.
So, what you're telling me is that other people know of this contract that isn't the one who made the contract.
It's an open contract. Do you not know what that means? Whoever kills you get the money. It's not just to us.
So this contract should be pretty easy to find then.
What
If
if
you know where to look.
Where can we look? Where can we find it?
It's not in one place. Whispers, underbellies. The scum and villainy of every great city. There are representatives of different agencies. Many will want to collect this bounty on your head, not just me.
Well, what if we were to change your identity? Give you a new start.
And how would you do that?
I have magic. I know people who can do that.
I could do that.
Okay. Why don't you?
I don't have the money.
I have money.
There you go. It's the whole point of all of this. How can I do anything without that? You're asking me to do what I do without my connections. Alone. Starting it all over. No agency. I need funds.
How much are you looking for?
10,000 gold. And I can completely disappear.
Want to roll insight on him? Oh, fucker. 6.
I'm not gonna add anything to that.
I burn out of everything.
Inspiration and luck.
I'm not burning my luck on that.
Does a 25 cut it?
He could probably do with a little less, but he's patting himself for comfort's sake. But you get the sense that he knows how to disappear. He knows how to create false identities. He knows how to do all this. But he also has to compete against everyone that knows him and then knows that he can do that. So for him to successfully accept the fact that he could simply walk away from this, he would need a bankroll. So you basically have two choices. Pay him and accept the fact that he might, he'll give you what he needs to know if he knows he has those assurances, or strike him down. Or come up with something in between that you guys have thought of that I haven't. But those are kind of what he's offering.
I look at Matt and
You might be able to negotiate less, you know that, because
Correct.
he's padding it, but
you don't have the money maker today, do you?
I will in 8 hours. I also have 5 platinum. Well, how much is platinum? 5 platinum? How much would that be?
10. 1 platinum is 10 gold.
If I can offer you 50 gold.
Don't forget, you guys might have items that are worth things.
Yeah. Leave it covered.
Like, there's been a lot of times where I give you, like, weird, just like, here's a crown worth money. Here's a thing worth money. Like, you can have stuff that he could hawk. Check your equipment.
I
too.
have 5 diamonds worth 1,000 GP.
Exactly. Like, you can find, just because you don't have 5k GP doesn't mean you can. I'm sorry, 10k GP.
He needs 10k. Yeah.
Hold on, that's what he asked for. Then you rolled insight, and you know he could go a little lower, but you haven't asked. That's why I'm just saying. How much longer than that pizza, dude? Do we know?
It's out for delivery.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up shortly.
Alright. I think you gotta take some responsibility for letting him go. Just needs to let off that little extra bit of information. We can cover it.
How much?
The 10K.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. And as a token, whether you sell it or not, to cover part of the 10K, I have this nice silver dagger I got from the Isles. It's worth about 1K. Whether you keep it as a keepsake is up to you.
Thinks and ponders for a second. And then looks back. There is an insurrection. You think Marduketh just has political power. He's been pulling strings in the underbelly for some time. Doing things beyond the political spectrum. Safe houses, warehouses, random booths and belts here. From what we can tell of our research from when we arrived, the hit was put on you roughly at the exact same time that simulacrum was destroyed.
Ah.
And that's where we'll end it tonight. Did the doorbell ring?
If he heard it, I'm surprised because I didn't. But
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
maybe he's just like, I hope they didn't just fucking leave it outside kind of thing. Because it's been a while. But I had a feeling.
What?
It had to be Marduketh or like Clayton, but Clayton is terribly relevant right now.
Well, that's Clayton's whole thing. He doesn't want to be relevant.
Exactly.
You don't know what Clayton's thing is because it operates in the shadows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thomas,
Yes, sir.
It- is it here?
Yes.
What, did the doorbell ring?
Yeah.
Did it?
Mhm.
How did you hear that?
Magic.
Must have that, like, the tone that only younger people can hear.
Oh my god, am I old?
Well, I have this between me and you guys.
Yeah.
So I have this as like a dampener. But yeah, we're wrapping up.
Still with Marduketh.
So I think at this,
Well, he was here for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say I think at this stage, I take out. I have enough in gems. I take out 10,000 GP worth, 5,000 diamonds, and the rest is made up of.
No, we can split it, man. I can give him 4K gold, you give him the diamonds, and I give him the dagger. That should cover 5K each.
No, you said the dagger was a stipulation.
Alright.
No. 10K's in. We'll take it. So he's got a silver dagger and 4K worth of gold from you.
Yep.
And then 5,000 GP worth of diamonds from you. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I mean, that dagger was worth exactly 1,000.
See, that's why I love giving. Hold on, you asked for that. That was the thing you asked for, and you wanted.
The thing is, it's like, we are. Cormac, he reaches out to the good about people.
Take those items, we wrap them up in a small bag. Give it to him, release the manacles, and push him off the side.
We didn't say we're doing that because he doesn't sure he can do it. We can't fake
No.
it. He can get
He
off
was
on-
lying. He had a teleport saved.
Right.
He wasn't lying. He just didn't say anything.
We are both in agreement. We just said we're saying it's like, well, we don't know, so we don't have to fake this one.
I know how to start. What I need to do to
Alright.
disappear. And then he teleports away.
Well, I really hope that act of mercy didn't fuck us in the ass later on.
How much How much damage could they do with 10k?
I mean, Clayton was a non-denominator for the longest time.
And that's what we're in things tonight. So who knows? Maybe things are fine. Maybe you made an ally.
I look at it like this. I can't. I gotta start to be. I gotta play more of the good guy. I'm like in that scenario. I'm like, yeah, I could just kill him, but it's a prisoner I've taken at this stage. That's just.
We've been breaking Geneva Convention laws for a while now.
I know,
the
but-
Geneva Convention doesn't exist.
I know, but at the same time, like, what's stopping you from just being Mardicat? Oh no, I am missing one of my tiny D6. How is that possible? Any more thoughts before we cut the stream, gentlemen?
No. That was a long fucking day, though. In game.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right by your feet.
Thank you, Mike.
My last thoughts. God, it has been a long day. Any other bad guys want to show up?
To be fair, it's just Mardicath all the way down.
So far, yeah.
Well, at least today. But you did get the realization that this is not just like, oh yeah, he's planned it on one front. He's planned on multiple. Let's see if we got somebody we can raid.
We need allies. Can't fight the world with just the two of us.
Something really worth raiding. So we're gonna